Rockets, Warriors, it was a good one. Warriors would win by 2, and it was the DeMarcus Cousins show. Jalen, his best game as a Warrior so far.
Season high in points as well as assists, as you see him hitting Klay Thompson on the backdoor cut.
And you see him knocking down shots. Really showed you the whole repertoire there with the 3, and then playing that bully ball I know you like.
And also going against Clint Capella. Recently went against Jokic, wanted to show the other bigs in the game that he still got it.
Look at these moves. Look at those moves. Look at that in the post and the spin back the other way. And then in the fourth quarter, you'll see him using a little jab step jumper here. You ran down the numbers, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and they needed all of it as the Warriors would win this game by a score of 106-104. Klay Thompson, let's talk.
Probably the most complete game he's played since he's been here. I mean, I was getting wide open looks from his passing ability, and he has a whole new dimension to our team. So you saw what he can do with us tonight.
Nothing he does out there should surprise anybody. It's just building that consistency, and he's done an amazing job of that. It's only going to get better for us.
The rhythm was good for me tonight. I had my feet underneath me. It was a smooth game for me, so can't complain. I don't think anybody can stop me one-on-one, period. So you can put whoever you want on.
And that picture you saw there was significant. That's Clint Capella he was working against, one of the best defenders in the sport, Jalen. And last night, Cousins shot 7 of 11, with Capella as his primary defender in the half court. He was just 2 of 3 against P.J. Tucker and 1 of 1 against Kenneth Reed. So, in other words, nothing the Rockets tried worked, but he did dominate in the matchup of good big men. Now let's get to the sneaky big news that I teased for you. Some NBA free agent news that got completely overshadowed by all the stuff happening in the NFL. Draymond Green has signed with Klutch Sports. Now, if you're thinking, why do I know that name? That's because that's the agency that represents LeBron James and Anthony Davis and was the center of this entire business where Anthony Davis and Klutch Sports trying to orchestrate this trade to the Lakers. So everyone looks at that and says, well, I know what that means. It means Draymond Green is going to wind up on the Lakers with LeBron. Is that right?
I don't think that's going to happen. While they do a lot of things similar as it relates to try to initiate offense, I think they would be redundant playing together. LeBron needs to play with knockdown shooters. That's when he's at his maximum as it relates to being a productive player. But we have seen it in the past. He played with J.R. Smith and Tristan. He also plays with KCP. They're represented by Klutch Sports. But I don't think that this is going to mean Draymond ends up with their team.
What do you think, Frank? What would you think of the mesh there?
Well, you know, the fit it'd be interesting. You know, they do sort of play the same position, and I agree. I think they're looking to surround him with shooters, but you know, LeBron has, I wouldn't think that they would put Rondo and Lance Stevenson with LeBron either, and they've done that. But you know, I think the bigger thing is not every player that signs with Klutch Sports is automatically destined to go to the Lakers. You know, they're going to represent players from other teams. They do represent players from other teams. So we'll see where it goes.
Well, you make an interesting point. At the end of the day, what you're talking about is a roster that was ill-constructed around LeBron in Los Angeles this year, and it is going to lead to him missing the playoffs for the first time in what genuinely feels like forever. And so with the Lakers season essentially over, which frankly, Rose Stradamus over here, Jalen has been telling us since October, LeBron was asked how he's handling that, and he had some interesting comments that I want to put up for you here. He was talking to The Athletic, and here is the quote. Obviously, I would love for this team to be in the postseason. Right now, it's not the hand that was dealt. You play the hand you were dealt until the dealer shuffles the cards and gives you another hand. This won't be the last time I'll be in the postseason, that's for sure. Let's take a step back from that. How do you think he's handling this? I mean, those are the right things to say, obviously. But how do you think that he is handling what has been a disappointing season that will come to an end earlier than he has had happen since he was a kid?
Here's A+ to how LeBron James is handling his team not making the playoffs. When you're a mogul like he is, and you have your hands in so many things, A&R with 2 Chainz, producing documentaries, starring in Space Jam this offseason. Once the Lakers aren't making the playoffs, you cannot shut it down. And I appreciate the fact, though he's playing at Chicago, they're tanking basically, he's still out there performing. And I think he's still going to play a lot more quality minutes as the season progresses, knowing they're not going to the playoffs.
Look, Frank, you've had legendary battles against LeBron, your Indiana teams, when he was in Miami, 7-game series, conference finals, all of that. What do you see in LeBron James right now and in this Lakers season in its entirety?
Well, it's just been a disjointed season for them. You know, obviously with his injury on Christmas Day, the amount of time he missed, and then, you know, what people don't understand is once he comes back, even though he's healthy, it still takes 2 or 3 weeks before he's fully back with his rhythm and timing and all that stuff. Add that to the fact that they've had other injuries, young players. It's just been a disjointed season for them. And I do think there's big value in trying to finish strong and playing these games even after they're eliminated. And, just trying to build some chemistry with their young players. A late postseason run, can carry over into the next season. And, is there real value in moving up from 14 to 13 in the NBA draft?
No.
I think there's more value in finishing strong.
Yeah. The Lakers, of course, some of these young guys have gotten hurt, but we were talking this morning also about the young players getting their feelings hurt, for lack of a better way of putting it, when they were all on the trade block for Anthony Davis. And Frank was saying those guys will move past that if they haven't already. You agree with that?
Absolutely, you move past it because it becomes part of the business. And we knew when you looked at this roster at the beginning of the year, it was going to be an audition to see who fit best alongside LeBron James, while the other veterans were on one-year deals. But unfortunately for their team, they had some unique circumstances happen, with Brandon Ingram not dealing with his blood clot issue, Lonzo Ball dealing with an ankle issue. Both of those guys are done for the year. And so now the guys that he's playing with won't necessarily give him that case study moving forward.
Who does?
Really.
And we all hope that Brandon Ingram is okay. The condition that he has can vary in significance, from being very serious to being not quite so serious. We certainly, first and foremost, hope that he's okay. But of those young guys, who have you seen that you've identified that said, if LeBron is going to someday make a deep run in L.A., this guy's going to be by his side? Actually,
it's two of them. And exhibit one is Kyle Kuzma, because he can be a prolific scorer without high usage. He doesn't necessarily need the ball. And the other is Lonzo Ball. Like, he's a defender. He's a ball distributor. He's a smart player. And I think those two guys give them size that a lot of teams would oppose to play against.
You agree? You think Lonzo is there with him for the long run?
I do. And we'll see. Obviously anything can happen in the offseason.
Sure.
But, I think Lonzo is a terrific talent and will complement him. His IQ, his vision, that's something that is a trait that will help LeBron. And, I think he is going to be there.
All right, you're going to see big game coming up Saturday night on ABC. We have a great one this week. Jalen will be there doing all the studio for you, because you got Steph, you got KD, you got the Warriors, and they're in OKC to take on Russell Westbrook and the Thunder. Our coverage will tip with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern. It's on ABC, and you can watch it all on the ESPN app from wherever you may be. Now let me get you back to Kyler Murray. He had his pro day yesterday. Scouts from all 32 teams were there at Oklahoma to watch him work. He weighed in at 205. He threw for the scouts. He did not measure his height again, as he did at the combine. He did not run the 40-yard dash. Now, last year, let me go through some of the things that Kyler Murray did. In case you've forgotten, it feels like a long time ago. His QBR of 95.8 was the highest in the 15 seasons that metric has been tracked. That helped him to win the Heisman Trophy. He was responsible for 54 touchdowns, threw at least 3 touchdowns in 10 different games, both of those tied with Dwayne Haskins for the most in the nation. And he was quite the dual threat, becoming the second player in FBS history to throw for 4,000 yards and rush for 1,000 yards in the same season. And, I'm envisioning a lot of NFL fans, as I bring Dan Orlovsky out here, I'm envisioning a lot of NFL fans who don't watch a lot of college football saying, I don't buy into the Big 12. His size concerns me a little bit. Show us why this guy is so good.
Well, this is about the size. And the question is, can he play from the pocket? Can he actually make an NFL throw taking NFL type hits? So he's going to try and throw this kind of inside seam post to Hollywood Brown. And so the question goes, can he sit there in the pocket and make a throw down the field? So first of all, I want everyone to watch number 91 for UCLA, who I want to tell is 300 pounds. That's the size of an NFL defensive lineman. Mm-hmm. He's going to come free and get a shot on Kyler Murray. Let's see if Kyler Murray can stand in the pocket and deliver the ball accurately downfield. So right when Kyler Murray's releasing this ball, someone is coming off his right side and trying to break him in half. That's hard for a righty quarterback because it often changes the way you throw. 300-pounder right at the point of him not only needing to see downfield, but having to make that throw and stand in there.
That's an NFL moment. That's an NFL quarterback moment
100%.
Right there. Yes.
100%. So he stands there and makes the throw, takes that hit. All right, so what does the throw look like downfield? I don't know, find it more accurate. Hits this guy in the hands.
Oh, wow.
Hits Hollywood Brown right in the hands. Now, it's a great play. It's probably pass interference. It ends up being an incomplete pass. That's not the point. Can he stand in the pocket and make an NFL throw, taking NFL hits from NFL type of peoples? Yup. Can he still be accurate? That's an NFL type of coverage. That's perfect coverage right there. But he drops in there perfectly. So he answers that question of, all right, can Kyler Murray actually do stuff that is going to translate to the NFL? So that's the first question. The second question, we hear the word twitchy when it comes to him. Like, his body's twitchy. Watch how twitchy his mind is. He wants to throw this out route to the field. Now, as a quarterback, when you're going to do stuff like that, you better see the defenders that are out there. So you got to make sure that those guys actually leave that area. You got to see the whole picture, leave that area to make that throw. What Kyler Murray has is a twitchy mind, because right away, this defender right here has turned his back. He's turned his back. As a quarterback, I can throw that out route. That guy's not even looking at me. Perfect. See the whole picture, Kyler Murray, and that's what he's doing a great job of. He's seeing the whole picture, making sure that he's seeing how that corner is also looking back at him. Twitchy mind. Watch how fast Kyler Murray, and I want everyone to focus, watch how quickly he snaps his head from looking to the field back to the boundary to get through his progression quick. Seeing this defender go towards the running back, and then also watch the ball placement, Green.
Yeah.
So twitchy mind, get through progressions. This corner is driving on the inside. If you want that ball completed, it better be thrown out here. If it's thrown inside, it's a pick. Twitchy mind, getting through progressions, peeling that receiver away from the corner. Can he make NFL throws? We just saw it on the first clip, standing in there, getting hit downfield. Does he have a quick enough mind to get through progressions? You saw it right there. You saw the whole picture, snap backside, ball placement
Those
accuracy.
are really good. I mean, I got to tell you, those are both exceptionally good. And I think a lot of people look at this and they say, oh, the Big 12 isn't really what pro football looks like. Those two plays are what pro football
looks like. Those are NFL
like.
plays.
Yeah.
NFL plays by quarterback with an NFL body, NFL mind, NFL thought process.
Louis Riddick said live here on Get Up just a little while ago, he will be the #1 pick in the draft. So will this guy. Zion Williamson going to be the #1 pick in the NBA draft? Should he play tonight? That answer next.